Hey guys, and welcome to this month's secret video. I have a lot of new people here, so welcome if you've never seen a secret video before. Essentially, literally all I do is I sit down and I talk about something that I wouldn't normally talk about on my YouTube channel, and I only send it out to the people who are subscribed to this newsletter. So if you're new, welcome. You can expect these for now once a month. My goal is to get these up every week in the new year. That was my goal this year too, but it's a long story that I don't need to get into right now. Right now, I currently think of my newsletter essentially as what I would put on Patreon if I ever had one. And I've considered it here and there. A lot of people's feedback tell me that they would love for me to make a Patreon, would love to support me on there, but I also just don't really want to put anything behind a paywall. I feel really weird about that. So I just have never done it, but I've always wanted to have a little insider group. So that's what this is. Today's topic is something that I just wanted to share with you because there's a possum in my backyard. Oh my God. Okay, so this is my office. If you didn't know, I have a window that faces my backyard. And I was just talking to you guys and I saw something move and I was like, oh, what is that? Look at him. Look at him. Oh my God. There's a light right here. Let me get it. Wow, talk about a secret insider video. Let's see if this turns it on. Oh my God, look at him. Oh, they're so creepy looking and most people hate them. But as long as you're not tearing up anything, I don't really have a problem with you, man. And they also have terrible eyesight, so he probably has no idea I even see him. There he goes. Oh, maybe he did see me. Bye, little dude. So aside from that brief interruption, something I wanted to say is that, kind of as a little insider group, it is a place where I can get more personal and talk about things that I guess people care about beyond my advice, more so about me. And I've shared some health updates before in previous secret videos. If you've been subscribed to this newsletter for a while, you'll know what I'm talking about. And I also just feel to get something out that was kind of eating away at me, that kind of scared me, etc., will make me feel a little bit better to have you guys on the same page as me, to have you relate, or just to be informed on what's going on with me. So I decided I would share with you my recent medical scare that I've referred to in a recent video. And then I'm also going to do a giveaway to lighten up the mood at the end of this. So stay tuned. And actually the medical scare has a happy ending because I don't have any issues that I know of right now, as it turns out. So ever since I was a little kid, really, really young, I was outside a lot. We were always going to the lake, swimming. During the summer, we would go to the pool. We would go do trampoline outside in my yard. We had a sprinkler. I lived outside as a kid, largely, a lot of time outside. And my mom is part Native American. I don't know if I've ever told you guys that. I think she's legit 3/4 Native American because her mom's whole family was Native American. Which the point in telling you that is that whenever I was younger, she would always say that. And she'd be like, oh, I can't burn, I'm Native American. I'll just get that brown red tint to me that is, signature of Native American people. So my mom would literally put oil on herself and lay out in the sun. And so that was kind of my example. And my dad never put on sunscreen. And I remember when I was a kid, wanting to be tan like my mom, of course. And I never put on sunscreen as a kid. My mom never put it on us. I remember we had one bottle of sunscreen. It was a pink bottle and it was copper tone. I remember because I had the dog pulling off the girl's underwear, which is such a strange logo. I remember having that one bottle of sunscreen literally my whole childhood. And we just never used sunscreen, but we were constantly outside. And then when I got to middle school age, middle school age, I started wanting to be tan, going beyond not wearing sunscreen and starting to wear oil when I went outside. And not just tanning oils that are formulated to have a little bit of protection, which makes no sense to me, but whatever. We would put on baby oil and go outside. And I did that. And then also in middle school, I would go into tanning beds. And I just, looking back now, I know we didn't know quite as much then about skin cancer that we do now. But, just looking back, it's just, crazy how much stuff I did to my body, never realizing, someday I'm gonna have to pay for that. So, to make that long story short, I have moles all over my back. I've had them for years. And even, I think I want to say more than 10 years ago. My mom had a friend who worked as like a receptionist at a dermatologist's office, which does not make her qualified to give advice at all. But my mom had her look at my back and she was like, yeah, there's like this one, this one, this one, this one are really concerning. You should keep a very close eye on them and be very like cautious and protective. Well, this was probably like beginning of high school, and again, I was just ignorant and not educated on what could happen. Still didn't take sunscreen seriously. I didn't take sunscreen seriously until probably like 4 years ago, and I also never kept up with them. I never went to a dermatologist to have them looked at, etc. So I always kind of had it in the back of my mind that I needed to go to the dermatologist, I needed to go, and I never did until I was standing in my living room one day, and the mole that was on this corner of my back, I'm gonna insert a picture for you in just a second, but the scariest mole I've ever had, the scariest one that was like very concerning. Everyone who ever saw it told me, you need to go get that checked out. And I knew I did. I'm just not the most responsible person, to be so honest with you. And I also lost my insurance once I became more of a responsible person, go figure. So anyway, I was standing in the living room watering my plants, I'm pretty sure. And I was wearing my green bean romper. If you guys have seen my sustainable fashion video, it is like a spaghetti strap sleeveless romper, and you could see my mole. And Madison came up to me and she goes, babe, your mole looks really scary. Like it doesn't look normal anymore. And I'm like, what do you mean? And she said, there's a halo around your mole. And then I'll insert the picture for you here. So basically, like, this mole had always been big and scary and raised and changing formation, which are all signs that you need to go get your skin checked. If you have any moles that are doing anything like that, please don't procrastinate like I did. Please just go get it checked out, because the peace of mind is like, I can't even tell you how great it is. But so I saw that, and what really sucked about it is that was like kind of the wake up call to be like, Shelby, why have you put this off for so long? Like, you have to do something about it. But what sucked is this was literally the night before I was leaving to go on a 3-week trip out of, like, away from home. Like, I was going to do a whole West Coast trip from LA up to Vancouver. This is at the end of September or the beginning of September. I don't remember what it was, but there's a vlog about it. So I couldn't go get it looked at or checked out or anything for 3 weeks, which the whole time I was gone, that's all I could think about was, what is this thing on my back? Is it cancer? What if it is and I waited this long? Like, how are they gonna fix it? What's gonna happen to me? Like, I was just like, all these thoughts going through my mind, and I already have anxiety. I'm sure you guys know this. So of course that only spikes my anxiety, and I was so scared. And that's the reason I wanted to make this video, to update you, because it felt so much worse than it ended up being. And I would really love to tell anybody out there who's been procrastinating with their health like I did, not to do that. I digress. So basically, my current insurance is a catastrophic plan. I have an $8,000 deductible. So I knew I was just gonna have to pay out of pocket, which was fine, because like, whatever you wanna charge me, please just do it, because I just want the peace of mind. So I go to the dermatologist, the medical assistant walks in, he goes, so you have a concerning mole, like you have a concerning blah, blah, blah. And I said, yes, it's on my back. And he goes, okay, let me see it. Like, he was totally fine and his mood was stable and normal. And I show him my back and he goes, yeah, they're gonna wanna biopsy that. And I was like, sweet. Like, I don't even really know what that means, but like, his tone definitely changed, and that freaked me out. That like moment was like probably the scariest moment of all of this, because then he left to go get the doctor to come and do the biopsy, and I just started crying. I had to go to the doctor by myself. I always go to the doctor by myself. I don't really want anyone there with me when I go. I don't really want anyone there with me if a doctor says something. Like, I want to be able to have that information and relay it to whom and to how I want. But at the same time, when you're going into something, like really thinking that something is probably very likely wrong, and then you're left in the room by yourself, like, I just started crying, and all the worst things, you know, run through your mind. And anyway, so the doctor comes in, the medical assistant comes in, they numbed it, they cut the whole thing off, by the way. I thought a biopsy meant like they were gonna take a piece of it. No, like, they cut the whole thing off of my back. And I can try to get a picture of that as well. I don't know if that's something you guys want to see. Yeah, so they took it off, and they told me, if we don't call you within 2 weeks with results, call us. And I was like, that makes me feel very confident in your abilities. But anyway, they ended up calling me only like 3 days later to let me know that it was benign, which makes me feel so much better. But I still have a lot of questionable moles on my back, and they took pictures of my whole back, and she did like a full upper body examination, because honestly the reason I also know that most of this is all from the sun is because it's only on areas that would largely be exposed to sun. Like my legs don't have any moles because, like I said, we were always swimming, so it was always underwater. All the moles are like on my back, or I have one on my nose here. You may have noticed it before. So all of the concerning ones she took a look at. I also have these under here. I don't know if she looked, but there's this one. It's kind of big. But she looked at all of them and she said to come back every 6 months to have everything monitored, which is something I definitely plan on doing, even though I have to pay out of pocket. It's more than worth the peace of mind to me to have that done. So that's my medical scare update. I just wanted to keep you guys updated because obviously that's something huge that was happening behind the scenes, and it does feel weird to like leave you in the dark completely about it. So I wanted to at least update my little group of people here. And let's get on to a happier note, shall we? So I uploaded my bathroom essentials yesterday as you're seeing this, and as I'm filming this. I guess it was today as I'm filming this, but yesterday as you're watching this. And I mentioned the toilet paper that I use, and I mentioned it a few times before, and kind of every time I bring it up there are two concerns. One is the price, which is interesting to me because as far as I can tell, it's on par with like a lot of the popular toilet paper brands, especially 7th Generation's one. It's exactly the same price as theirs, even without a discount. $1 per roll is what 7th Generation is, which is the only recycled brand I know of at the regular store. And then my discount code gives you $10 off, so which makes it even cheaper than 7th Generation. But anyway, that's one of the concerns always, is the price of the toilet paper. And the other thing is people wishing that they could at least try it before they committed to buying 48 rolls of toilet paper, right? So I decided that since I get those comments basically anytime I talk about my toilet paper, I would buy a pack of 48 and then send it out to send them out to 4 of you guys. So I'm gonna do a giveaway for some toilet paper. Does that not seem like the coolest thing ever? This video is not sponsored in any way. Who gives a crap? Has no idea I'm doing this. They're not even gonna buy me the box of toilet paper. I'm gonna buy it myself. But I thought it would be something fun to do. So basically, the only thing I want you to do to enter is I'm gonna have a link in the newsletter. It'll be the giveaway part. All you have to do is fill out the form on that page. And the only thing I'm asking on the form in that page is what you would like to see in Vlogmas. So Vlogmas is something that vloggers do during December. I've done it on my main channel before and I didn't really like it with the way it affected my channel essentially, but I did like doing it. I like the challenge of putting out a video every day. I like the creativity of having to like do something every day. It's not something I could ever do extensively, but I do have a vlog channel with Madison and we have not uploaded on it since January when we did the minimalism challenge, and I'd really like to get back into it, so I figured this would be the perfect like season to like kickstart that sort of thing. So in the forum, all you have to do is tell me something you would like to see in Vlogmas, and I'm looking for things that are more obscure that wouldn't fit into a main channel video. So not that you completely understand what that means because it's like the algorithm and all that stuff, it's weird, but request something you would genuinely want to see that is maybe out of the box, or maybe something that's personal, or maybe you know, just like challenges or whatever it is. I don't care what it is, leave it in the box, and I would love to put it in my list of what I want to film for Vlogmas, because we'll be posting a video every single day in the month of December. It'll be a lot of fun. So that's it. Just click the link, fill it out, fill the subscription box out, and in a week I'll contact 4 of you guys to send you 12 rolls of toilet paper so you can try it out. Okay, but that's it. Thank you so much to all you new people who are here on the newsletter. I'm excited that you care enough to check out my secret videos. Thank you to everyone who's already been here before. And I don't have a sign off for these videos, so I'm just gonna